This is BYL Chill, and I've got your fantasy football running back rest of season rankings. Let's roll. Let's start with tier 1, guys you really want to roll out there and you know are going to perform. First, we've got CMC. His production is speaking for itself. Number 2, we've got Bijan Robinson. Not having an amazing quarterback does boost him up my rankings. Plus, that man is just so talented. At 3, we've got Travis Etienne. He's gotten 23 or more touches in 4 out of the last 5 games. We've got Tony Pollard, and don't let these last 2 weeks fool you. He's still a dog, and he's going to get his. That schedule has more cake than Kim Kardashian. Number 5, we've got Austin Eckler. He's shown us the upside he can produce. The injury can be a little scary, but I believe he's going to come back in full form. Now we've got tier 2, and these are still guys that can carry you all the way. Up next, we've got Kenneth Walker, aka Kenneth the Runner, and he's just a touchdown machine. 7, I've got Breece Hall. The Jets were using a Hall pass to start the season to not just feed him. Even if teams know they're running, he's still a beast, and he's going to get a lot of yards. Speaking of beasts, let's talk about King Henry at number 8. Henry is and will always be the Titans' offense as long as Tannehill is back there, which means workhorse. And if he gets traded, hey, touchdown potential. Now, I base my rankings off half PPR, and that's why I've got Josh Jacobs at number 9. Both Henry and Jacobs are traditional workhorse backs, and that means consistency, even if you miss the occasional PPR catches. Now let's go to the next Swift-Kelsey match made in heaven. This surprised me, but he's been dominating. I can no longer ignore it, so he's going at number 10. We're off to tier 3. If you don't have any of these guys by now, you probably need to make a trade for a running back. Up first, we've got Joe Mixon, and I'm telling you, Mixon is just due. He's being fed, and that offense is going to be fine. Trust him, and trust the points will come. Number 12, we've got Saquon Barkley. I'm scared of Saquon's injury or he'd be higher. I'm also scared that you know what they might say, we suck, let's sit him. Sometimes you just don't know what to think about people, and Jonathan Taylor's one of them. Yes, he's got top 5 potential. But also AR-15 when healthy, and Zach Moss could end up vulturing a lot of TDs from him. Number 14, we've got David Montgomery, and he's this year's Jamal Williams. Jared Goff is the slowest dude alive, and so that means they run when they get to the red zone. They're pulling a Swift with Gibbs, but he's still there, and that's why I like him about number 14. Number 15, same thing, Kyron Williams. Because of the offense, he's a touchdown monster. I just don't think he's the most talented back ever, and that's why he sits at 15. Now we're at tier 4, and these guys are starters, but they usually either explode or kind of don't do anything. I believe in the skill set of Isaiah Pacheco at number 16, but damn, he needs to be fed more. Number 17, James Cook. Another great offense to be in. And yeah, he'll probably explode a couple games, but you can see some games where he's just going to get stuffed. Number 18, Rachaad White, and he's a PPR beast, and he kind of does it all. But Baker being in the quarterback does not mean a bunch of touchdowns for you. Still nice to have a back that you know is RB1, and that leads us to Dameon Pierce at number 19. You're playing with a rookie quarterback, so you might not score just a ton of touchdowns, but the workload is there, and I think he's a pretty good back. But we're definitely moving to RB2 territory, and we got number 20, Alvin Kamara. He was suspended, he has injury history, but also he can go off sometimes. I don't like the crowded backfield, so that's kind of why he's sitting so low. Now at 21, we've got Brian Robinson, and he's getting most of the carries from behind the field. As much as he commands your attention, he's still on the Commanders. He's a consistent, startable RB or flex that you know probably won't just explode. Number 22, we've got Javonte Williams, and I've just been such a believer in this guy. He just needs to stay healthy, and he needs to be fed the rock. Every time he gets the ball, he looks really good, and they still don't feed him. But I think his potential is high, and that's what I'm going for here. Miles Sanders is a great player, just with injury history and being on the Panthers, you're going to have to sit at number 23. Aaron Jones might be surprising at number 24, but the injuries, and I just cannot believe in the Packers right now. They're looking bad. Jordan Love's moving slow down the field. I don't see a huge ton of opportunities for him splitting with A.J. Dillon. Number 25, we got Ramondre Stevenson, and the Patriots are just bad right now. I don't want any piece of this offense. At 26, we've got Roshan Johnson, and I'm a potential chaser, because potential can win you championships. You buy these guys for a low value, and they end up going off, and they can win you a lot. Roshan Johnson's out for 1 game with a concussion, but I think when he returns and Herbert's still hurt, he takes over this backfield. At 27, we got Raheem Mostert. Raheem the Dream is a starter until a chain gets back, and that offense is just giving you points right now. Yes, it's temporary, but if you need to win, go get Raheem. 28, we've got Jerome Ford, and I'm a little bit scared of Kareem Hunt stealing touches. He, to me, is more of a flex play based off matchup. Same with Alexander Madison. Number 29, he's still a starter, but I'm scared of Cam Akers. Also, if this team has a fire sale and he's left behind with no Kirk Cousins, Jay Jettas, he's going to be in trouble. Number 30, we've got Jahmyr Gibbs, and again, we're chasing potential. You know, when healthy, maybe based off matchup, you can start him, but it's scared. Number 31, David Achane, brings me so much pain. I aggressively pursued him in many leagues, got him. He went off, and then this happens. and I just hate knee injuries. It scares me, so that's why he's at 31. 32, we've got Najee Harris, and he's just not been a G for any fantasy team. The offense just tends to struggle, and he just never does it any year. James Conner's had a great year again, but another injury sucks. If you can afford it, maybe trade for him for a late flyer of a wide receiver because he's worth the start when he's healthy, but we just don't know what's going to happen with Arizona. Jalen Warren might end up taking Najee's spot, but still, you're splitting touches in a bad Pittsburgh offense. I don't want any part of that. I don't want to start you every week. Zach Moss, what a run, my guy. But sorry, I can't trust you. Next, at 36, we've got Justice Hill, and he's another guy I might take a little flyer on. I think he's a better back than Gus Edwards and might end up becoming RB1. But as we know, starting a Ravens back can just be miserable. That's why he's at 36. 37, I've got Tajay Spears, and he's backing up Derrick Henry. But he's still been getting some touches. Not enough to start him, but if Henry is traded or something happens, he could be a pretty nice little play. 38 is Khalil Herbert, and he's injured. Plus, I think Roshan is taking his job. You know, if he does come back with a job, I just still don't love his spot in his offense, so that's where I'm at with him. A.J. Dillon, I'd rather have him on my farm team than my football team. 40, and last but not least, we have Cam Akers. You know, I think he has potential to maybe take the RB1 spot there, but we've seen from him before, and it's just, you know, that's where he's at. If you've got any running back ranking questions or just questions about trades, you come holler at BYL Chill and give us a follow at Beat Your League. Let's get this money in this fantasy championship.